I am Mindy. I am the Executive Director of Bagot, and we are a cancer support organization whose mission is to educate, support, and empower those impacted by cancer. And so this past month here in Arizona, we did a Unpacking the Bagot Bag event where we shared some of our accomplishments from 2019 and some of our goals for 2020. And I know that a number of individuals in Arizona were unable to make it. And I know that we have individuals who support us throughout the country. And so we just wanted to share all of this with you. So a quick recap of some of our highlights from 2019. It was a pretty busy year last year. So as you can see, this is just a snapshot of some of the things, but for a staff of 1 full-time and 5 part-time individuals, we accomplished a lot. With the support of our board and our volunteers and our donors, we were able to do a number of things. One of the things that we did is we refreshed our look and updated our logo and added some taglines in there and pulled that along. We launched the 2019 version of the bag. So those of you that are familiar with Bagot, we have been around since 2003, always with the same goal of providing information in printed form to support individuals to help them cope with their diagnosis and feel more knowledgeable and confident to be able to speak up and be a member of their healthcare team. The 2019 version, which is also available in Spanish, has a little bit more in-depth information to cover content from the day of diagnosis throughout all phases of survivorship. So after active treatment ends, if you're living with chronic cancer, and just what life is like after active treatment. We're fortunate that people are living longer after a cancer diagnosis, which is phenomenal, but that does bring on some new challenges. So there is a video on our website, bagotcancer.org, that talks about making the most of the bag. And so it really goes a little bit more in depth about all of these different booklets that are in here and the contents that are in the guidebook. So I encourage you to take it's about 6 minutes long, to check that out and see what's there. It's currently being done in Spanish, and that will also be available. We also updated our website and our URL. It's bagotcancer.org, and really tried to pull in information for whether you're the patient survivor, the caregiver, the medical provider, or an advocate, and how you could gather information and divide that up. Another big piece about our website that we're really excited about is our resource center, which has over 150 different resources. So we know that a lot of individuals, one of the things they value is the printed information in the bag and how it is easily accessible to them, especially if they don't have internet access, which not everyone does, but that there is more information sometimes needed. And so we have broken it out into various categories to help be a starting point for you to come in and find the information that you may need. We've also started in 2019 some partnerships with some other organizations. And so many people receive their Bagot bag through their medical provider, and many people order one. They've received one before, so they might order one for a friend or a loved one across the US who has been diagnosed. And then this year we've started some partner bags. So we're working with Hope for Stomach Cancer, and they have put in content that is stomach cancer specific and are working with medical providers to distribute those. And then we are working with a couple other organizations to do an MPN and a CLL specific bag currently, and working with them to get those distributed. And then as we continue to build our partnerships with medical providers, because we want to get this into the hands of individuals as soon as possible, we've started branching outside of Arizona, which is one of our goals here. In Columbus, Nebraska is a hospital that we're working with there, and they are putting together a bag that will have some specialty co-branded pieces specific to them, and they will be distributing those out to their patients. So one of the ways that you can get a bag, aside from if you're with a medical provider and they give one to you, is you can order one on our website for yourself, or as I said before, many people order them for a friend, a colleague, a loved one, as sort of a gift when they're diagnosed. There's something that you can give them to help them feel a little bit more empowered and more in control of what's happening to them. And also people will request one at no cost. So our goal is to always make sure as best we can that the bag is available to people at no cost. And so although there are costs associated with it, we want to make it accessible. And so one of our big fundraisers is a sponsor bag. So we do that twice a year, and it's very deliberate that those donations are going specifically to help cover the cost of the bags, as well as to support those individuals that reach out to us and say, I heard about this, I'd love to get one. Obviously, cancer is pretty expensive. Is there anything, can you send me one? And we just send those out. So that is, last year with the donations from that program itself, we were able to sponsor 225 bags specifically through that program. The second program that we do at Bagot is an Escape to Thrive Leadership Conference that our founder, Sherry, who is still involved, this is sort of her program area. And this conference is designed for cancer advocates across the country to come together and recognize that maybe their specific cancer areas and how they all connect and some are facing some of the same challenges. So the focus of it is on capacity building, collaboration, and self-care. And a couple of the bags I mentioned before, the Hope for Stomach Cancer, came directly out of someone who attended the leadership conference and saw the value in the bag, and we have now collaborated to pull that together. But it's a unique conference in that it is designed, most of these individuals, this is the recent picture, are survivors themselves and advocates, maybe running a nonprofit organization or doing some public policy or some advocacy work. And so we're trying to teach them that self-care to take care of themselves, in addition to the professional development and the educational sessions. So we've just finished this was the 9th conference that we've done. And then here in Arizona, we are pulling together the Cancer Collaborative of Arizona, which brings together over 20 different organizations in Southern Arizona that have a similar mission of supporting individuals with cancer. And so one of our key projects we're working on right now is a double-sided resource directory of all of our organizations, a brief description about them, and getting that sheet out to medical providers and other places in the community. So we know not everybody can know all of those things, and it can be difficult to find. And we want to make sure that information is as accessible as possible for anyone who needs it. We are very appreciative and thankful for all of our volunteers across the country. So we have volunteers outside of Arizona that are helping us with various programs and doing things, but our volunteers help. They make chemo caps that we include with bag orders. They are writing thank you notes. They are helping with mailings, helping with our annual hike fundraiser. They serve on our board of directors, and just a wealth of things that we just could not make sure that all this was happening. I mean, when you look at the amount of hours that they've put in, we couldn't do it without them. So we are very appreciative for our volunteers. And that is just a scope of some of the things that we did in 2019. So there was a lot happening, but those were some of the really big things and some unique changes. And that's why I feel it's really important to keep you in the loop and to share that with you, and remind you that the bag is for anyone with any type of cancer. And so you can go and order one for them today, or gather one for yourself or for a friend or a colleague. So I just want to take a minute. So for 2020, yes, we're here in March, but we definitely have a few goals. Just a couple things that we want to work on this year. As an organization, our 3-year strategic plan done in 2018 touches on increasing our bag distribution. And so when we looked at that, there was interest across the country. So we are increasing that distribution nationally through medical providers, and just an awareness for individuals like yourself to know that this is something you can order however you like it. We are working on our advocacy with the leadership conference, and then also a self-advocacy message. So really reminding individuals with cancer, but also all of you out there, that you are your own best advocate in your healthcare, and that you need to take care of yourself. And so we want to get that messaging out on how you can do that and why it's important that you speak up and feel comfortable talking to your healthcare team and how to go about that. And then some organizational aspects, a robust financial future so we can continue to provide the resource for anyone that wants it, and then strengthening the organization. So our specific targets for 2020 is we are looking at doing a Native American bag. So we want it to be culturally relevant for individuals of the Native American community. So we are working on that with our individuals within our community and within the state of Arizona and throughout. We are looking to gather more testimonials and feedback. So one of our big challenges is many people are getting the bag through their medical provider, which is great, you're getting it early, but we don't always hear from those people or know who they are. So it's hard for us to get that feedback and hear how the bag is making a difference. So if you have received a Bagot bag, please go to our website, bagotcancer.org, and fill out the feedback form, or there is one in your guidebook. Take a few minutes, fill it out, and send that in to us. If you want to give us a written testimonial or a video testimonial sharing how the bag has impacted you, we would love, 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 love to have that. We've also created an online community this year. It's a private Facebook group designed for individuals that have received a Bagot bag. So whether you are the caregiver that's utilizing it or the survivor, we invite you to join that community. It's Bagot Bag in Action on Facebook. And it's just an opportunity to hear other tips that other people have done with the bag, how they're using it, and just another resource. Here's one way to try this. So please come and join us in the community. That self-advocacy message that I talked about, so how to really be, again, your own best advocate for yourself in any aspect of your healthcare. Working on increasing our distribution. So as we have our partner cancer-specific bags and our non-cancer specific bags. So for anyone, again, that you want to order one, or if you're a medical provider watching this, we would love to connect with you about how we can get bags in your office and have you distributing them. And then the Leadership Conference. So Escape to Thrive will be celebrating 10 years next year of advocacy, and that's going to be our theme for it. It's a celebration of advocacy designed for Escape to Thrive alumni to be the master teachers. And we're also going to be doing a research project over the next year with one of our Escape alumni that is focusing on how this type of a conference is unique and different, but what's the benefit of that, and how can we look at doing some more aspects for that. So just a couple things on the plate in addition to all the day-to-day stuff that we're doing, but we're really excited for what's out there and what's happening. I want to invite you to visit our website, bagotcancer.org. Order a bag for someone that you know that's recently diagnosed with cancer. It can be a very valuable tool for them. And also check out, we've got a couple of videos on there, as I said, the making the most of the bag, but we've also got a new promotional video that has some great stories in it and gives you a little bit more insight as to who we are and what we're doing. So we hope to see you in the Bagot Bag in Action community, or ordering a bag, or reaching out and volunteering with us, or making a donation. Thank you all for your time, and have a great day.